We all know The Protectors was a production that had more than its fair share of complications and troubles, don't we? We've covered many of them in the past, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
But things weren't always so gloomy. You bet you're relieved to hear that, aren't you?
Yeah.
In the very beginning, Robert Vaughn was happy to appear as lead character Harry Rule, in part due to his first-class treatment.
Right.
In an interview, Robert Vaughn remembered arriving at the 5-star Dorchester Hotel for the very first time. For reference, nowadays a room at the Dorchester would set you back probably at least £800 British a night.
Yes.
So what's
wow.
that? Around $1,000 US, something like that, depending on exchange rates and that. Anyway, Robert arrived from the airport with his then girlfriend and was surprised to see a bald man hurrying to get the luggage from the trunk.
Right.
I suppose we should say the boot as well.
Yeah.
Slightly peeved that this man was worried about baggage and not about opening the door for him or his girlfriend, Robert jumped out and shouted at the man who was now whisking his suitcases into the building. To his surprise, the man turned around and said, "Not to worry, I'm Lou Grade. I'm the producer of the show."
Brilliant.
Robert was so very impressed that the TV executive had come down to personally carry his bags that he soon forgot the oversight that Lou hadn't opened the car door for him. This was also the last time that Robert saw Lou during the production of The Protectors. From then on, he dealt only with Dad. From his point of view, Robert Vaughn enjoyed filming in England and across Europe and felt that the trouble with the production was the British Union rules, which required regular meal and tea breaks and slowed down the pace of shooting. Yes, come on, can't you work without food and tea?
That's right.
But Dad remembered things rather differently and blamed Robert for being difficult to work with and occasionally belligerent.
Oh, ouch.
Now, which version of these recollections of events is true? Possibly a little bit of both.
As usual.
Yes, exactly. The truth lies somewhere in the middle. But either way, The Protectors remains a fascinating time capsule of the early 1970s productions, as often observed by randomizer general himself, Chris Dale. And I think, even though it pales into insignificance compared to many Anderson shows, perhaps it easily outshines many similar action-adventure series of the same era. But what do you think, Podstrons? Is that fair to say? Do let us know. podcast@gerryanderson.com.
So what years are we talking about for The Protectors? When was that in production?
71, 72, wasn't it, I think?
Right. So actually the only things that really could compete would be the sort of the proper American imports that we were getting at the time. Things like your Rockford Files and your Starsky and Hutch. They came a little bit later, I suppose, didn't they? But certainly nothing in Britain at the time to touch it, was there, in terms of production and quality and so on?
No, probably not. I mean, similar era, Persuaders, was that around then?
Right, yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Sweeney
Champions even?
Champions, yeah. Sweeney was later, was it?
I think.
Yeah. But interesting, isn't it? A strange era of television, but...
Yes. Yeah. But one much loved by many people.
Well, by a few.
Even The Protectors.
Yes, possibly.
Nice.
Anyway, there you go. So, Lou, the bag carrier, wasn't that nice of him? But he should have opened the door first.